Welcome to Glowlight Collections. Thank you so much for choosing us. So today we want to make a beret, and then we have this wording 15 inches by 15 inches. So we could measure 12 inches by 12 inches, but here, to be on a safe side, especially if you are a beginner, you measure 15 inches by 15 inches, and then you fold into 2 equal parts and fold into 2 equal parts again, giving you 4 pieces. All right, now from that curve side, you are watching what I'm doing. From that curve side, you measure 6 inches. Now while you are measuring this, you have to be very careful to ensure that your hand, that end you are holding down, does not shift. That point must be at the same place if you want to get a perfect circle, because that's what we are trying to achieve here. We want to get a perfect circle by measuring 6 inches all around. 6 inches. You see what I'm doing? You pin down that end and keep measuring. You shift your measuring tape, you mark 6 inches, you shift, you put a dot, 6 inches, you shift, you put a dot, 6 inches. And after that, the next thing is to connect the lines. Connect the lines and then you trim it out. When you open it, you have your perfect circle. You connect the line, connect the line, connect the line. Make sure you are careful while doing this. You need to be very careful. Then you cut it, you trim it out, and then you have your perfect circle. Please note, the wording I used in this work is called soft wording. It's the very light kind of wording, not the thick one, not the strong one. It's very light. As you can even see it here, it's very light. Now we have our perfect circle. Now you put it on your material and trim it out. First off, you need to cut it again on your wording, because we are going to be using 2 pieces of it on the wording. We use 2 pieces. So you are cutting 2 pieces of this on wording, 2 pieces on your lining, and 2 pieces on your material. Any material of choice is okay. In this work, I use velvet material. As you can see, velvet material is stretchy, but you can use Ankara, you can use sequins, you can use any material of choice. So let me trim them out and then we'll proceed. This is my lining. I'm using black lining. Feel free to use maybe the matching color of your material for the lining. So this is what we have. I've cut the wording, I've cut the material, and I've cut my lining. 2 pieces each. The lining 2, the material 2, the wording 2. Now the next thing I will do is to pick one of the material, one of the wording. As you can see, fold it into 2 equal parts. Just watch what I'm doing. Fold into 2 equal parts. Fold again equally. It must be equal, please. Don't let any side be longer than the other. Now, from that curved end, you measure in 3 inches like we did before. Make sure that that side you pin down does not move. You pin it down, it must not move. Then you measure 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches to the end. Then you cut it out. So you connect your lines and then you cut it out. Cut off the 3 inches, and this is what we have. You will do this on one of the wording, one of the lining, one of the material, just as you see here. One of the lining, one of the material, one of the wording. We have that cut. Now look at it. So let's get sewing. The next thing we'll do is to fix it. This side might be a little confusing, but just watch carefully. Now I brought the 2 materials, right side facing right side. I repeat, right side of my material facing the right side of the one that has center cut. Right side is up, as I lay it now, right side is up. Then this one, look at the right side. It will now face that one. Do you see? Do you see? Right side facing right side. Now, you lay the wording that has center opening down. Cover it and get the other wording that is not having any cut. Now, the way you lay your wording, if you get this wording, one side is shiny. That shiny part is the part that is laying on the material. Even the one I put down, the shiny part is laying on the wrong side of the material. Look at it. Look at it. The shiny part is laying on the wrong side of the material down, while the material is facing themselves right side to right side. You sew it completely round. Then get your lining, put them together like so, and then sew round, complete, sew round. You're not leaving any space for any turnover. Sew round. Look at it. I've sewn it round. I've sewn it round. Look at it. Now, if you don't know how to achieve this round sewing, please use your marker to draw circle before sewing. After sewing, just put a notch round about the sewing so that when you turn it, it will lap. If you observe mine, you will see tiny cut by the edge of the cap. Tiny cut. It's just to lap it, help it to lap by the time you are turning it out like so. You see the way I turned it out. You take your time and arrange it properly. If you notice that there's any place you made any error, you lose it a little and correct it. Now, to get the center of this cap, you fold into 2 equal parts. That is, if you have anything you want to attach the end to the center of the cap, fold into 2 equal parts, fold into 2 again, making it 4 times. All right. I just want to determine the center. That's all. You mark the center. And use your scissors or razor blade to put a small, tiny cut. Tiny cut. This is because I want to fix a fringe. All right. Tiny cut. Just get a tiny cut there. So that is it. And then this is the fringe I want to fix there. With the edge of your safety pin or still your scissors, you try to put it through that tiny hole and then you sew it. You see what I'm doing? Just follow carefully. You just sew it. That is it. I've attached it. Now the next thing is to insert the lining. Now look at the lining. I did not turn it out too. All you need to do is after sewing, try to trim off the excesses. Just try to trim off the excess. Then you insert it that way. I did not turn it to any right side though. Please observe what I'm doing. You will insert your lining that way that you sew it. Just insert it carefully and properly. Just take your time, arrange it. Excuse me. Take your time, arrange it. Yes. Now, after arranging it, there are 2 ways. You could just use your office pin and secure the edges, just as you see me do. Secure the edges. This will help you. By the time you are attaching the band, it will help you to have a smooth sewing. All right. You secure it with office pin. Now the next thing is the band. Look at the band. I cut this band 2 inches by 22 inches because I'm using a stretchy material. 2 inches by 22 inches. Please, if you are using a non-stretchy material like Ankara, cut it 2 inches by 23 inches. Now, if you want the band to also be bigger than mine, you could cut 2.5 inches by 22 inches if it is a stretchy material, or 23 inches for non-stretchy material. Then you just sew that end like you see my hand. You sew that end and turn it to the right side. Now, you sew it around the edge of this cap. Now, observe how I'll be fixing it. Observe how I'll be fixing it. Look at it. I have sewn that side. You see the way I turned it out. After turning it out, look at, there are 2 ways to fix it. You could just put it this way. Just watch my hand, please. If you are not a tailor, you need to pay good good attention to this end so that you can get what I'm doing. The up, gone, the up is what you fix to the body inside. The up, you see my hand, watch it. I put it in, I insert it inside the cap, and then I pick the up and lay it on the cap, and then I put hand inside, bring out that inside. Did you see what I did? Did you see? Did you see what I did? Watch it too. You pin the up, pin the up, pin the up to the cap. Then you put your hand and pick the other end. While you bring it out, you fold it in like so. Fold it in a little and cover this rough side and then sew. You can first pin it down before sewing. Pin it down, roundabout, pin it down before sewing. And that is it. The cap is ready. Thank you so much for training with Glow Light Collections. May the Lord bless your handiwork. A quick one for the embellishment to design the cap. All right, you can just use anything of your choice. It could be buttons, it could be stones, it could be already made flowers, it could be fringe, it could be trimming. Just if watch all these few caps I have here, they're not carrying the same design. This red one, I attached buttons, already made flowers and fringe, as you could see. Then you get anything of choice. You could mix up colors. You know Beret now. You mix up colors. Look at this purple. I just put these two already made should I call it flowers? I don't know. I put black fringe and then others are just pearls. So you see the way I attached that fringe. We've seen the way we attached it. So that is it. Now let's see the one I'm already working on. Let's see how I glued them. So we are using this as a sample. I'm already working on this. I've already started. Now you get we call it hot gun or hot gum. I don't know what you call it, but you see that thing that looks like gun. All right, and then we have what we call the candle wax. Okay, first look at it. You have to plug it. Immediately you plug it, it will show you that light. All right, so to notify you that it is already plugged. Then you get this candle wax. This candle wax is in sizes. This is a small one because I'm using a small hot gun. This hot gun has a bigger size. So the bigger size, of course, has a bigger size of candle wax that will size it. So you insert one candle wax inside of it. And while it is plugged to electricity, you hold on a few minutes for it to heat up. That's the candle wax. All right. That's the one I just bought. So you hold on for it to start to heat up. When it heats up, just watch the mouth of this gun. When it heats up, you will see it will start coming out from the mouth of the gun and it will be very hot. So you need to be careful. While using this, you need to be extremely careful so that you don't mess up your work with the candle wax, melted candle wax, stuff like that. So you can also use other types of, you see the thing is coming out. It is heated. It could be very painful. Don't go and do this experiment I'm doing. So you can actually use any other kind of gum. Even sometimes I use shoemaker's gum here. But any gum you are using, you need to be very careful. Don't let it be obvious on your work. You need to be extremely careful. So what you do is you press it. You see that place like gone. You press that red handle like gone. If you press it, the thing will be coming out from the mouth. You just put a tip of it on your whatever thin flower or pearl that you want to glue, and then you glue it. So designing a cap is just your choice. Anyhow you want to design a cap, but make sure that you are designing something beautiful. Sometimes you could see some people, they just, organize the thing in a way that it may not look attractive. Make sure your designing will look attractive, and make sure you are combining colors that are matching. Don't just go and carry anything you see. No, make it beautiful. Look at this ash color. I added blue on it, and there is ash flower ash color flower, there's black color flower, there's green pearls, there's purple pearls. But I tell you, at the end of this work, this cap looked very beautiful. So you combine your colors in a way that they will look attractive. So this is all about designing your cap. Use any gum of choice, but be careful while using your gum. Thank you once again for coming to Glow Light Collections. God will surely bless you. Amen.